ran into another obstacle. No. I kind of underestimated how difficult this would be. So today we finally get to start insulating the cabin. So what I'm going to be starting with is the roof itself. We're just going to be using the same stuff that we used in the floor, the 1-inch thick polyiso. So 2 inches of that we did that in the floor, and we're also going to do 2 inches in the ceiling. But before I actually start layering that on the roof, I have to finish insulating out the AC boxes. Insulate those, and then we'll start layering on the roof itself.
Good job.
I started to panic. I was like,
you are like the king of just getting in your own head.
Oh, I know. It's part of the reason why things take extra time, because
The filming process.
Yeah, well, filming process, but also building process. I overthink things and like.
Oh, you do the same thing with that?
I try to think 3 steps ahead, and it usually just drags everything out.
Mm.
You know. But I mean,
you kind of have to though.
But the end result, I feel like it turns out better.
I think you're doing a good job.
Now I'm like, my armpits are sweaty, but my feet are cold. Oh my God, the camera's still on? Okay, so I got my AC boxes all insulated, and I thought I was ready to start insulating the ceiling, but I forgot one thing: exterior lighting. So I have all my wires run to a central point in the cabin where they were going to make a exit out the roof and then to their final destination, but I haven't made the penetration through the roof yet, and that's for a junction box. So I got to install the junction box, and then I can start insulating the roof itself. So not gonna lie, got a little nervous when, after I had gotten this all installed, if I would have enough clearance where my roof rafter ties, or my roof rafters will tie into each side. I totally forgot that I had to leave clearance for that, but turns out there's plenty.
All right, now that junction box is all done, we are finally ready to start on the insulation in the ceiling. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about it because we're going to be doing 2 layers of polyiso foam board, so it's 2 inches. And we just have a very thin space up there that we have to stuff all that in and down the entire length of the container. So, I mean, we'll see how this goes. Spencer doesn't seem to be too worried about it, but I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a little bit. I really hope this works. It was one thing when we did the floor because there was nothing in here. But now it's like there's just a million things to work around. And the number of notches and specialty cuts that you have to do for every single piece, pretty much. It's like, can you imagine if you don't get it right and then you have to push it all the way back out? This is gonna be a pain in the butt. Oh my God.
Now the roof is in the way because I'm at an angle going up. I gotta take this first ceiling rafter out of the way. God, the bathroom vent. Son of a... Alright, well, ran into another obstacle with this foam board. This vent pipe right here, it goes through the roof and obviously in the way. So what I'm going to have to do is kind of snip it right around the 2x4 rafters and then pull it up through the roof. And also the screws that hold in the boot, I'm probably going to have to trim those down. That's going to be the biggest pain, just because there's a lot of screws. But other than that, not a big deal, because I can just use a coupler to reattach it. It's just a time consumer.
How is this mess? It's like a little booby trap over here with the little spikes and everything.
Oh, I knew the screws would be an issue, but I don't know how I missed the pipe. I just knew the screws would like interfere with the foam, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Is that your favorite kind of trap?
Is what? Yes. Alright, so I finally made it down to the end of the container with this foam board. So I didn't run into any more issues after I got past that vent pipe, and fortunately I measured everything correctly. So around the corners of the container, the blocks that the containers are stacked on top of, the foam board's notched around those properly, so we're all good to go on install. So from here I just have to run some adhesive along the top of the roof, that way the foam board will stick to it, and then I can continue on down. No! Well, I saved it from going onto the dirt bike, that's all that matters. Alright, first piece going in. I don't think it's going to be strong enough. There it goes. All right, so yesterday just was kind of a fail. I was just using some basic construction adhesive, and it said it stick to most materials, so I just assumed it was metal and foam board. So I ended up going to the store today and getting a different construction adhesive. This one particularly meant for foam board and metal. The only issue is it doesn't, I mean, none of these construction adhesives cure immediately, so the problem is you have to stick it up there and have something either prop it up and hold it in place, because it doesn't cure for 24 hours. So, and it's pretty cold, so I'm sure that's going to affect the curing. So my thought process is use that construction adhesive, but also use a strong double-sided stick tape. So I'll just kind of put the double-sided stick tape in a few patches here and there just to help stick it, keep it in place until the adhesive has time to cure, and then it's held up by both the double-sided stick tape and the construction adhesive. So today should go much more smoothly. I hope so. Ken's, your dirt bike's in the way. There's more clearance on this side than that side. So this side I'll definitely have to press up with the pull jack. I don't know why I thought this foam board would just be a pretty easy install. I thought honestly before getting started, I could just apply the construction adhesive to the roof and then the foam board would just stick to it because it's so light. Well, that's not the case, just because the foam board is pretty flat and the roof is really wonky, so it dips and has all sorts of, I mean, also it has the valleys, the peaks and valleys, or the corrugation of the roof itself. So there's not a ton of surface area to begin with, and then also in order to get it to fully sit against the roof, you got to press it in different spots of the foam board so it totally forms up there, because some parts of the container might dip down, some parts might be raised in the center. It's a beat up shipping container, you know. So I think moving forward, what I'm going to do is just make some brackets to kind of help support the foam board, and use the pull jacks to support that, because I only have 5 pull jacks, and that way moving forward I can just hopefully just use 1 pull jack per foam board. And I don't know, this is going to take a little bit longer than I thought. That looks good. Okay, so now it's time to tape and do some more construction adhesive. I kind of wish I went with just the spray foam. Would have been a lot easier.
All right, y'all, it's the moment of truth. Will it fall?
I sure hope not. All we needed to do is be able to hold until we get the next layer on, and we...
The amount of time between now and that.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't really have to do much. It's got to hold a very light piece of foam. So I would imagine just a little bit of construction adhesive could hold it as long as it was fully cured. So once all of the foam board is installed, then we're going to do spray foam, just like an inch of spray foam on all the exterior, so the walls, the ceiling, and then that will lock everything in place. And then we'll also add some mineral wool. So, but anyways, that spray foam will lock that foam board in place once it's applied, but just between now and then is the only thing.
All right, so the piece seems to be holding for now, so we are just going to continue on and cross our fingers and our toes and hope that nothing falls. Now that it's stopped making that noise, like it's just ripping down, I feel like it'll probably be okay. I'm still a little bit nervous, but...
Yeah, we'll just come out after lunch and it's just...
all down. Oh gosh. Right. No, it'll be okay.
Underestimated how difficult this would be.
Right. Seems like a familiar theme that we have.
Yeah, you think something's easy and it's actually way more difficult.
Right. Hey, but that's probably good. I think most of the things that we've done, if we truly knew how difficult they were, I mean, chances are we probably wouldn't have even done them. You know?
This thing just slightly gets cockeyed and it just doesn't want to move.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't even know what you said.
Babe! Rude! Second one's coming down. Well, hopefully not like coming down, but just the...
I know what you meant.
What are you doing, bud?
I'm working.
You're working? You're just like Daddy. About to install the final piece for the first layer. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Cam just keeps grabbing more building supplies because he's working.
Look at this unicorn.
You got a pretty unicorn necklace?
Yeah.